Well, hey there, everyone, and welcome to Energy Gal Meditations. My name is Lisa. It is so good to meet you here in this place, and I'm hoping that I have something that involves this that is going to encourage you on your journey. I remember when I first started awakening, there were a couple of things that I did just intuitively, and one of them was I started to journal. Now, you have to understand, I have a degree in English, and my hope was to be some kind of college professor at some point. It didn't happen. Life took me in another direction, but journaling for me is the most natural thing. So I began to journal my gratitude. On January 1st, I wrote one thing I was grateful for. On January 2nd, two things I was grateful for. I did this throughout the month until January 31st. I had 31 things I was grateful for. And every day I would review all the other previous items. And out loud, I would say, I am grateful for. You can imagine by January 31st, it took me a long time to get through that entire list. But by the time it was my birthday, which is May 7th, of that particular year, about 15, 16, 18 years ago, I had, unbeknownst to me, with the neuroplasticity that is our brain, our brain is malleable. I had reprogrammed my brain to come out of a lack mentality and into abundance, out of entitlement and into gratitude, out of victimhood and into triumphant victorhood. Like I felt like a frickin' winner all the time. And I felt empowered. One of the other things that I started doing back maybe about 7, 8 years ago is that I started understanding that water holds memory. Water very easily picks up on our energies. Our intentions are energies. So water very easily picks up on our intentions. So I started doing about 8 years ago is that I would pour my water in my glass container for the day, and I would pull it to my heart, and I would not only speak out words of compassion, love, mercy, grace, peace, joy, gentleness, patience, hope. But I would also feel those into my body, knowing that as I was doing that, the water was calibrating to love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, holy control, mercy, grace, compassion, forgiveness. All of these things I would be speaking out, as well as allowing my body to experience all of those. And I only picked one word one word out of all of those. And would then sync up with the water and my energies. And then I would drink it. And I would believe that not only was I speaking out that intention, but I was also drinking it in and recalibrating from the outside in as well as the inside out, syncing up to my truest identity as God's source being, holiness, divine consciousness, from the outside in and the inside out. So I thought that I would do that with us today. So if you want to put this on pause, go get some fresh water. I don't prefer tap water, but if that's what you've got, that's what we'll take. Some kind of fresh water. I do filtered water. I have tap water, and then I've got this giant filter because the water in our area is not great. It's got all sorts of chemicals in it, and I don't want that in my body, so we filter it. And it tastes so good. And we filter our water when we put it in for ice cubes so that we've got nice cold water that's all filtered. And put it in my glass, put it in my little ceramic Snoopy cup, and think of a word. For me, the first word that came to mind was peace. If your intention is different, then you think on your intention. And in this moment, starting with a smile. You can say something like, I am so grateful that I have the opportunity to experience consciousness awakening to itself in physical form. I am bowled over, mind blown, and beyond thankful for this experience that I am having. I love the synchronicities. I love pushing the envelope when I believe that every single moment is specifically designed as the best possible situation that could have ever happened for me. I know. There's a part of my ego that's so offended by that, and that kind of makes me giggle. That I'm believing that whatever is exactly the way it is supposed to be. I don't want to change it. I don't want to resist it. I want it to be right the way that it is. Starting at that point, starting at that place, not resisting whatever is happening, but just saying, okay, so that's what's happening. I guess that's what's supposed to be happening for me to be on the journey that I want to be on. All right. Wow, I think of a time, just recently as a matter of fact, when I offered a sound bath and it was so peaceful. And I can feel that peace that surpasses understanding, that locates itself in my physical form. This peace, not comfort, peace. And I feel it into my body. It kind of makes me feel like I want to cry a little bit. When I get into that frequency of peace, and these are tears of just joy. Tears of peace. They're tears of peace. It's an amazing thing what we're experiencing on earth right now. I feel so blessed, so honored, so privileged. So, if you've done that with me, or you've picked your own word and you've felt into that yourself so that you are actually feeling that frequency into the physical form, then you drink. I understand now why they had sacred tea ceremonies and sacred cacao ceremonies. You have sacred water ceremonies. It's because the liquid resonates to the frequencies of that sacred rite, that action of holy, sacred intention. The water resonates to it. And then when you ingest it, it gets down into your belly. Just like Ezekiel in the Bible, when God came to Ezekiel and said, hey, eat the scroll. Don't just carry it around. Become it. That's why I think Jesus said, you gotta eat my body and drink my blood. He didn't say be a cannibal. That's not what he meant. What he meant was you have to ingest me. You need to become one with me. Not just carry around a book of my words. I'm not dogma. I'm a frequency. I'm an actual frequency. Ingest me. I hope that this has encouraged you, empowered you, given you something that you can do on your journey, because we do love to do things, don't we? And so now you can do them born of your beingness. I am going to ask if you would subscribe to the channel, because it does help the algorithm for me to be seen. And my desire is to create these so that people know to anchor into their bodies on their awakening journey of embodying Godness as a spiritual being, having an earthly experience in an earthly body, and resonating in the multiverse. So comment, share, like, and yeah, thank you for your time here. And check out my website. I have quite a few things that I offer, and I would love to be of assistance to you on your journey. Take care, everyone. Karuna, karuna, karuna.